these kids, right? During the Trump administration, I think it started with the Obama administration, but with the whole, kids missing because they got taken away from their parents. It was a big story throughout the Trump administration because obviously a lot of people, aside from Trump actually showing signs of fucking racism, aside from that, but people also capitalizing on the name Trump and just making a story out of everything and making things as if it was Trump's fault when a lot of things got started during the Obama administration. That's nothing against Obama, y'all. Don't chew on me for that shit. Don't just for me saying that. I'm not a huge political person, so I could be completely wrong about anything that I'm saying. But based off what I've heard, based off what I've read, there's a lot of shit that has gotten started during the Trump and Obama administration that gets dragged on to the next administration. That's why I'm mentioning the Obama administration. So don't come at me for nothing. Don't try to say I'm a fucking anti-leftist or anything like that. That's not the fucking case. I'm just saying that there's shit that get dragged on to other administrations. So a lot of these, they're still missing children that got ripped away from their parents during the time where all of these immigrants were getting caught up and sent to that concentration camp shit that they had set up, where they were giving like them weird ass blankets to them. What's the blankets that look like they look like they were going to space with them blankets. I don't know if y'all remember what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to put up a picture of it if I find it. If I don't, I'm sorry. But it's like, why? This is where I was leading with this. Why we didn't have the same energy about those kids and other humans that went missing around that time as we did with the Gabby Patito case. That shit, I didn't even follow it like that, to be honest, because I was just like, once I looked at it, I was like, so this is just the whole missing persons thing? And how motherfuckers came across the potential killer a couple times and nothing happened. What's the big deal? And I started to look at it. I'm like, it's cause she white. It's cause she white. Cause I'm thinking to myself like, yo, bro, she's white. She's dealing with mental health issues. Her boyfriend's white. From Florida. So you already know the story is crazy. But it's like, how many other stories that we haven't looked at or we haven't taken the time to really put an eye to or bat an eye to are out there? You feel me? Like, we're too busy looking at these cases and being like, or a case like this and just looking at it like, oh my God, this shit is so crazy. Now, granted, it is crazy. Don't get me wrong. I followed the case real quick. I didn't want to follow the case. So I just waited until like the case got not solved, because it's still not solved, but like we kind of have like a good aspect of what a timeline. So I waited for that and I searched it up on YouTube the whole time it happened. So that's how I did it. I didn't sit back on day one of the Gabby Patito case. Oh my God, Gabby Patito was missing. Anybody who has seen her, she was last seen with her boyfriend. I read that. That's it. I stepped away from that. I didn't give a fuck about it. My condolences goes to her family and her friends and loved ones. But I forgot who I heard this from. Oh, I actually heard this from Flagrant 2. Shout out to Flagrant 2, Andrew Schultz, Akash Singh, Alex Media, Mark Gagnon. And I think it was Alex that said that he didn't do it. I'm over here talking shit about how we over here paying too much attention to the Gabby Patito case because she white and all that shit, but I ain't gonna lie. Once I started learning about it, I was like, oh shit, okay, I see. I just want to put that point out there, and that, we have to have the same energy towards everybody else. You feel me? Or maybe it wasn't just because she was white. It was because the fucking case was interesting as shit, and there could have been multiple possibilities where her death could have been, avoided. But Alex Media brought up a good point where he believed that her boyfriend, Laundrie, whatever, I'm gonna call him Laundrie, I forgot his first name, didn't do it. He believes that they just got into an argument and he was like, yo, I'm gonna up and leave, and left her somewhere, took the van and dipped. And then in the time that they were separated, somebody else saw her very vulnerable and killed her. So I don't know. You feel me? Now, somebody in the podcast rebutted to that and said that maybe. So that no, he said that why would her boyfriend be scared to talk to the cops afterwards and report her missing or whatnot? After she got reported missing, obviously, and they wanted questioning from him. And Alex Media's return was, well, because, I think that's what he said, but it was basically like, I would be scared to fucking talk to a cop where everybody fucking thinks I did it, and I'm over here giving you a story of how it really happened, and there's a very slight chance of you believing my story when it was actually fucking real. You feel me? And that's probably the case, bro. Like, what the fuck? How do I would do the same shit. I would be like, if me and my girl ever got into an argument and I was a dickhead enough. Now, granted, he's a fucking cock for even leaving her behind in the middle of nowhere. Now, it was probably in the middle of nowhere, and not in the middle of nowhere, but it was somewhere where they don't live. Now, they were fucking crossing the country in a van. So it's like, for you to just leave your significant other in the middle of nowhere and then just dip off in the van y'all both left on, yeah, that's kind of a dickhead move. Now, when I come back home and I come to find out that you're not with me, or you're not back home with me, I start to get worried, and then your family starts to look for you and shit like that. And it's like, everybody like, yo, you killed her? Yo, where she at? And she don't pop up, and then she found dead. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gone. Nah, I'm not going. I'm gonna say my piece. I'm gonna be like, yo, I didn't do it. Word to I didn't do it. But I know y'all don't try to catch me trying to blame it on me. I didn't do it. Now, I don't know, bro. I don't think he did it either. Once before I heard to Alex Media's take on it, I was like, all right, he did it. But when I heard his take on it, I was like, yo, that makes so much fucking sense. So I retract my statement and I agree with Alex Media. I don't think he did it. I think he left her behind on some dickhead shit. He from Florida. He would do some shit like that. He really would do some shit like that. He's from Florida. He gonna be up and dipping. You're saying like, yo, deuces, I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna catch you some other time. I don't want nothing to do with this. I want to continue traveling the country, or I'm gonna go back home because you're just probably nagging and bitching throughout the entire shit. So I'm done with this road trip. You can continue on, but I best believe I'm taking the van back because I probably rented that shit. Or it's probably my van, whatnot. You find your way, and this shit gonna become the organ control or whatnot. So you get to walking. I don't know, bro. All I know is he from Florida. He crazy. So I agree with Alex Media. Shout out to Flagrant 2.